There's nothing like the smell of fresh homemade donuts, fluffy, soft, and golden brown. And guess what? You don't have to go to the bakery to enjoy them. Now, in this video, I'll be showing you how you could make homemade donuts, at the comfort of your home, and it's going to come out well, delicious, fluffy, and soft. Now, let's go ahead and make this. Start by mixing your wet ingredients. I'll add 1 milk, an egg, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and I'll add my flour and salt. I'll be dropping all the ingredients I use in the description link as usual. Now we are going to mix everything together. Now this is a very lazy method of making your donut. Add your butter to it after mixing that. Then you're going to transfer this to a floured surface. So this is so easy, and guess what? You don't need to be like 100% perfect to just get this. Now at this point I realized that I added too much milk to my dough, but it still came out perfect. So if you are stuck and you realize that your dough is so light the way mine is, you don't have a problem. The only solution to this is just try to manage it and add a little flour to it from time to time. Just sprinkle little flour on it and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to try to knead this for 5 minutes. So knead your dough for 5 minutes. You can even knead it to up to 10 minutes. It depends. If you're not in a hurry, go ahead and knead your dough for 10 minutes. Now on this very day, it was so messy. Get ready to mess your hands, and when you're done with this, you're going to transfer it to an oily bowl. I used melted butter for mine, but you can just use vegetable oil and your dough doesn't stick to it. Now I'm going to transfer my worked dough to the bowl. I first used the foil paper before I use this cloth to cover it. Get in one place for 1 hour, guys. So after 1 hour, I brought it out and I punched out the air from this dough. I punched the air here. You want an airy donut, so we are going to bring it back to this work surface. On this work surface, this time it's going to be an easy job. At this point, it was still sticking. I found a way around it, so I added just a little more flour, and just watch the way I'm going to make this donut. You don't need a donut mold. You just use your hands to do this. But if peradventure you have a donut mold, you will not be using this particular method. You're going to be needing more dough. Yeah, that's one thing with the donut mold, to make it to use more dough. So but for this method, just with your hands, you're able to get around it and make your donut. Now kids love donuts, and if you want to just give yourself a treat, this is just a perfect snack. For me, it's my comfort snack. Anytime I want to just give myself a treat and make donuts for myself. Now this is what I'm doing. Just watch it and you see what I did. Yeah, I used flour and just tap on the dough, and the dough obeyed. Instantly the dough was cooperating, and here I was trying to separate one part of the dough into 3 parts. Now it depends on how big you want your donut to be. Yes, there is no perfect formula on how you should cut out your dough, so it now depends on what you desire, how big you want your donut to be. For me, I just wanted it to be moderate because my kids will be having this, so I didn't want it to be so big. So at this point, just separate your dough and cut into small balls, and these small balls, we're going to just shape it. I'll show you how to shape the balls when I'm done separating them. Yeah. Make sure your surface is floured so it doesn't stick. Now one hack with donuts is getting a paper towel. Now after making this batch of donuts, I made like twice as much more as what I made in this video. I mixed twice as much more, and what I did was just placing them on paper towel because I needed to use this board to make the other portions, so I had to just transfer them towards a paper towel. Now cut paper towel into small shape. After cutting out your donuts, place them on paper towel. So when you're frying, you transfer from a paper towel. So at this point, after getting the donut shape, I'm going to cover and leave to rest for 15 minutes before we go ahead and fry it. So after 15 minutes, this is what donuts look like. Heat up your oil. I added onion for flavoring, and here is it. I'm just frying. If you don't have onion, it's not a problem. Now, donuts don't need too much heat. If you use too much heat to fry your donuts, it's going to get golden and not done on the inside. So just be careful with the heat. It's just going to be just a little bit above medium. Yes, if you use high heat, you're just going to get a bad result. So that's one thing with donuts. It doesn't need too much heat to cook properly. And once it turns golden, you can take it out of your pot. This is it. Now, I sprinkled icing sugar on mine, but you can go ahead and decorate your donut. But what do you think about this snack? Will you be making it? If you've enjoyed this video to this moment, don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and fry the rest of the donuts. Yeah, and I don't know, I love frying donuts to keep, they're so, beautiful to watch. It's so lovely and it gives so much joy. And I love eating hot donuts. I love donut hot. Like, it tastes different, it hits different. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one. Here I had my kid open one of the donuts. I don't know, he was so careful. He was so careful with his donuts. Like, open it. Guess what? I think everything finished on that very day. So make yours and thank me later. Bye.